Hey, what's up, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of Get Close. I am your co-host, Giovanna Antoinette Kwan.
And I'm Bart Kwan, the owner of Giovanna Antoinette Kwan.
You don't own shit, motherfucker.
Then how come when you leave this room, I put a leash on you?
Because I like it.
You do.
Fuck you. You don't put any leashes on me. I'm a free bitch.
Fine.
I'm a street bitch. What?
Nothing.
Are you okay?
Never.
Do you need to put your sunglasses back on?
When I'm around you, I don't know. I don't know what I feel.
Okay. Well, you know what I'm feeling?
What do you feel?
I'm feeling like talking about some end of year wrap up, some New Year's resolutions, if you have any.
Oh, I see.
What does that look like? What do you hope 2023 looks like for you?
You can't laugh at me. What are you already
You're about
laughing?
to say some meathead shit. I want to bench this much. I want to run. What is it?
I really hope I can start Jiu Jitsu next year.
Why would I laugh at that?
Because it's some meathead shit. It's
Thank
something
you
that
for pointing it out.
yeah, it's stuff people don't really care about. But I really wanted to make it a goal.
People don't care about it because
This
they don't
year?
understand how valuable it is.
Okay, so I'll explain what jiu-jitsu means to me, even though I've never done it. Okay,
What do you mean you've never done it?
I didn't really do it.
Oh.
Like, you don't tell people you play the flute, right? You don't see someone shredding on a guitar and you're like, "Hey, I'm a musician too, bro.
Yeah.
I played flute in the 5th grade." Like, no, you didn't play flute.
I played
you
it.
put your mouth on a tube.
Oh, did I? A lot of them.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't count myself as having done jiu-jitsu, right? Just like if you can't bench 315, you don't work out. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing, right? So I don't say I do jiu-jitsu, but
You're so stupid. And on top of stupid, you're ugly.
But I really.
And on top of that, you have headphones on and your head's really massive, so you look even dumber.
Damn it! Just call me Princess Leia. So what I love about jiu-jitsu and why I always preach something that I don't practice
Amazing.
is that I'm a huge fan of it, right? I'm a huge fan of MMA ever since it came out when I was in high school.
Then why don't you do fucking MMA and not jujitsu?
Let me explain, bitch. Okay? So,
why is it so funny to me every time you call me a bitch?
So
I love it.
I'm a huge fan of MMA, right? Which I've done MMA for like a year or two.
Bitch.
I've done Muay Thai for like 3 or 4 years. I wrestled in high school. I've done jiu-jitsu for a couple of months. So
it sounds like you don't know how to stick to shit.
So I've done a little bit, right? You throw me in a room with someone that has never done MMA, I'll whoop his ass for sure. Someone that is really dedicated, like a year or two to MMA, is going to kill me. Okay? So, but
We've seen it with all of Taika's little colleagues, all his little training partners. They fucking wreck you.
Yeah. So I understand it. And I've done martial arts for at least 6-7 years, very seriously when I did Kung Fu. And so I understand the importance of it. And what I love about jiu-jitsu, so building all that context of martial arts, what I love about jiu-jitsu is, one, it is one of the few martial arts where you can go 100% intensity without hurting someone.
Jiu-jitsu?
Yes. So if I do 100% boxing with you, we're leaving with black eyes or whatever. Or kickboxing, we're leaving with bruised shins, whatever. 100%. Jiu-jitsu, because it's a grappling art, we can go 100% and can probably go 100% tomorrow and then 100% the next day, because it's considered like the soft art.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I would get fucking mauled and wrecked.
But that's because you don't know what you're doing yet. But once you get, you can get 2 blue belts to go 100% for 10 rounds.
What does 100% mean? Because I've seen them fucking
like
smothering
scramble.
the shit out of their face.
Yeah, but that's not a real damage.
It is. I've seen broken noses. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's not real damage. It's not me kicking you in the face 100%.
I see.
Because you can tap at any time.
I see. So it's up to
a
you.
jiu-jitsu knockout is up to you,
Your
right?
ego, yeah.
Like a jiu-jitsu knockout is what? Like a rear naked choke or an arm bar? It's up to you.
How far you want to take it?
If I'm doing kickboxing with you and your shin comes this close, I can't tap. I have to take it. So every intentional damage is committed all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Whereas in jiu-jitsu, you can tap whenever. You know, like, hey, I got a bum shoulder.
Yeah, you know where that's
If you
going.
pull my shoulder, my arm up to you, I'm going to tap like right away. And then you have communication. Cool. So, you know what I mean? So you can go 100%. It's one of the few combat sports you can go 100% and be injury-free or relatively injury-free. So because of that, what I like about that is it is one of the most realistic martial arts because you don't have to turn it down for nobody. You know what I mean? You want to know what it feels like for someone to resist you 100%? We can go at it. And you can feel it without true damage. Versus if I want to go against someone that weighs 250 and I'm like, I want to feel what your punch feels like 100%. I just have to get socked in the face.
Lights out, buddy.
Exactly, right? So because of that, it's so realistic, it's so applicable, and you can really get that aggression out. Number two, because of the belt system, there's so many learning waves and curves, and also that with philosophies that you learn that apply to life. Like they call white belt, you don't know shit, right? Like you try everything honeymoon phase. That goes right out the window when you get your first stripe. Because then now you're like, oh, fuck, the honeymoon phase is over. That one move that I learned, now everyone knows I know that one move, and they're killing me. Then you go down in the dumps. Boom, you get your blue belt. You're like, oh, shit, hell yeah, I know some shit. I can pretty much take out 95% of white belts out there. Like you feel like the new king of the pack. Like when Simba became a teenager. But
Wow, you've been referencing Lion
guess
King
what?
a lot these days.
You meet a purple belt, I fucking whoop on you, and you're like, oh, fuck, I guess I have a daddy, right? But then you work at it hard, you become a purple belt. When you're a purple belt, you are like the leading, almost like varsity captain of the crew now.
Until your daddy comes
You're like,
back.
yeah, I'm like a junior, senior in high school. What's up, freshmen? What's up, sophomores, right? You're like that. And then this is where people can lose the funk, where they're like, fuck, I've been a purple belt for a long time. I think I know all the moves of the black belt, like on paper, but do I know how to apply? Am I creative with them?
Yeah.
But if you push hard enough, you get your brown belt, and you're like, I literally know 90% of the moves out there now.
Yeah,
I am very close to being a quote unquote master, right? And so you're in this brown belt, but then there's also brown belt funk, where you're like, fuck, black belt is right there, it's so far away. It might, how long is it going to take me? Is it take me another 1 year or 5 years? And what is the difference? And then this comes in like character, personal development comes into play. Maybe your professor goes, I don't think you were representative of jiu-jitsu yet. You might be good skill wise, but maybe personality you're not, or you don't represent my school, or maybe you can't teach as good as you can practice, or maybe your game on your right side is better than the game on your left. You should be ambidextrous. And then finally, boom, you get your black belt. And then it's almost as if you just entered into a new pool of sharks, starting all over with black belt, because now you got first degree, second degree, third degree. And so like this 10-year journey, I know it's going to be 10 years, So for me, I'm like, the longer I postpone it, the longer it's going to take for me to get it. So for me, I've been wanting to put the time behind me. But obviously with this year, we've seen a lot of crazy shit happen that we've been dealing with on the business end, on Taika's end, my dad's end. So like, there's just so many things up in the air. And it was my plan to really start jiu-jitsu next year. But who knows if it'll happen. But that's why that's like a big New Year's resolution, because I literally think about it every day.
You gave the most meathead example of why you want to do it. But if I can boil it down, like you were saying, it's something that you can do. Like it's there's a longevity to it. It's very practical for just practical defense. And there's a lot of life philosophy in it that you really like. And
the practical part is, a few episodes ago, I was talking about how being the dad that I want to be, being the warrior, the type of man I want to be. And I would love to have the feeling of like, I can protect my family against 99% of the world. That feels dope.
I feel like you could do that now.
No, maybe like 80%, but like I can go up against a skinny, like a buck 40-pound black belt, and he just whoops on me. You know what I mean? Like I would love to have the knowledge where it defeats size. Right now, you have a NFL like D1 player could probably just run straight at me, and he weighs like 290, just fucking runs me over, and I'm like, Taika, say hi to your new dad. So
ooh, yeah, what's his name?
So for me, probably Darrell Williams or something. So for me, I would rather like have that confidence of like, yeah, I could defend my family against 99% of the people out there, and you just you walk life in a different way. You
Yeah.
know, it's almost as if like a chicken has now like been given eagle wings. The chicken is gonna be like, I'm like a little bit different today than everyone else, you know? And then you almost become a different animal, and you see the world literally from a different lens when you have new capabilities.
Yeah.
So I want to be there. Like that's something I want to strive for. And I just know that I have to put in the time. So I want to put the time behind me instead of keeping the time in front of me.
Right.
You know?
Right. And what's keeping you now? I know you said life's crazy and all that shit. I do agree because I'm living it with you. But if it's something that you've been wanting to do and it's what holds you back? Because you always make time for everything.
I try to. Well, one thing that's really hard is the minute I do jiu-jitsu. So like you only have so much time, right? So I have my physical training time. I have my time with you. I have family time. I have work time.
What's my time with me? We don't have any time together.
Yeah, like we don't go to the bed and then just go straight to sleep. We talk. We watch each other's TikTok. Like even the 5 minutes here, 30 minutes there, it adds up, right? Because then there's a couple of times where I go to the bed and hit the sack. I'm like, oh, right?
I don't go,
Yeah, you do.
I go, yes.
No.
Hooga.
Because if you want to live that kind of schedule, you know me, I'm logic boy. I'll do that easy.
Yeah.
I can pop out of bed, not say any cute nothings, and go to sleep and not say nothing cute.
Yeah,
nothings.
yeah. No cute nothings.
That's fucking easy for me.
Okay.
So I have to waste my time on your ass. But
sure, don't act like you don't like it.
I love it. So those are the different times that I have. So in my physical training time, I would love for my physical training to take up like 3-4 hours a day. I'll put fucking shooting in there. I'll put my pool work in there. I'll put jiu-jitsu and workouts in there. But I don't have time to dedicate that. So right now, I can only dedicate like an hour or two Monday through Friday to physical activity. And because of all the
I can only dedicate Monday through Friday.
that's it.
That's cute.
That's not much. Only 2 hours. It's only 10 hours a week. I would love to dedicate like 20 hours a week to physical activity. And
you want it to be a part-time job.
no, I want to be at part-time having fun. And because of that, and we have like all these like new series and initiatives that we do want to do on the Barbell Brigade channel, I need to train like 3, 4, 5 times a week.
Yeah.
So I know if I introduce jiu-jitsu,
Yeah,
then
that's going to drop.
I'm taking away something else.
Yeah.
You know?
So that's one of your resolutions, or that's the one?
That's one of them. And then the other one that makes it hard too is I always feel like I want to do jiu-jitsu with you. So I'm always trying to time it where we can do it together because it's so fucking cuny.
Why is it cute?
Because I love doing things with you. Would you be happy if I did jiu-jitsu by myself?
I don't know. I don't think I care. I love doing stuff with you too. I think it'd be cutie to do it together for sure.
Or what if I started doing it first? And then by the time you join, I'm a blue belt.
Fuck no.
See?
Fuck
I also
no.
don't
We
want to have
better
a,
start.
I also don't want to
You better not have an advantage.
I also don't want an unfair advantage.
Yeah, no, fuck no.
'Cause
We're starting at the same time,
See?
motherfucker.
See, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew you son of a bitch.
You just needed to ask the right way, dude. You weren't asking the right questions. You know what I'm saying?
So how can I do it first? Would you let me do it first?
Well, don't say would I let you.
Yeah, would you let me?
I don't let you do shit. You are a free man. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. But will I talk shit?
Yeah, I already signed up.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, it's right there down the street.
Yeah, right. No, you can't do it without me. We're fucking doing it together.
Fine.
Yeah. That's skinny.
Yeah,
You
that's. Go ahead.
No other ones?
No other what?
Resolutions.
Martial arts I want to do?
No,
There's a lot of
resolutions.
martial arts I want to do.
More than that?
Yeah, I want to do kickboxing. There's all kinds of shit I want to do. So that's one New Year's resolution. The second one is what we've been alluding to so much during this year on our podcasts and vlogs and stuff is really building up our like financial freedom, you know? And what's really cool is there's so many
So much knowledge out there?
like influencers that talk about it that have done it now, which is really, really cool. Like you got Alex Hormozy, Dave Ramsey, Ryan Pineda, Grant Cardone. There's all these guys giving like all this men from What's a Mortgage. There's all these people that give all this information out. So like, and they show you how they've done it. What are some tools and things to look for? And so I think when you're in your 20s, you're in this big passion hustle phase, right?
And you have all the time in the world.
Yeah, so you can't wait to like commit more time and more time to what your passion is so fulfilling, rewarding. And what I realize is now that I'm in my mid 30s,
honey.
I want to spend late 30s.
There you go.
I want to spend time with my family. And so the time that I was going to commit to be receiving $1, I can't commit as much time. But then you also still need the dollar, right? And so I'm like, now how can I put those efforts into building up passive dollars that would come in that allows me to? So I've been doing hella like research, listening to podcasts, signing up for courses, networking, doing the whole 9. And New Year's resolution for next year for me is to build up enough passive income where you don't have to work, or I can work like part-time, you know, where it, like, it supplements enough, like a good chunk of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like those are like my only main 2 resolutions. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I guess my third one would be to start
fucking tending to those feet.
Never.
You said you were.
Well, I said you sign up. You sign up for a pedicure and I'll go with you. I literally told you that like fucking 4 years ago.
Okay, these feet could cut carpet, y'all.
I earned these feet. I hope you know. These are fucking badass feet.
Just by not wearing shoes? What the fuck are you talking about?
Yep.
We all walk. What's so hard about fucking getting
walking on
shitty
concrete
ass feet?
and building calluses like that?
No, you don't even have to walk on concrete. You can just walk on this fucking soft ass tile inside your house, and you're still gonna get them, dude.
You're not gonna get it like this.
It's not crazy.
I could walk on like hot asphalt.
I can compare your feet to homeless people feet. They are by far superior.
Clearly, they're the black belts. I know.
Yeah, you're not.
And that's
even,
what I'm trying
like
to get
white
to.
belt.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
You cannot get to that.
Why?
We are not having sex.
What does that have to do with anything?
A ton. Oh, I don't want you touching me with that.
I don't caress your face with my feet.
No, but you caress my feet with your feet.
Yeah.
And you're cutting me up, dude. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the scarring.
I'll wear fucking silk socks.
Ew. Anyway, what were you gonna say?
Oh, the third one is trying to establish a better relationship with my mom, I think.
What does that look like? Well, how do you know it's better?
So I think, like, you know, in the last episode or 2 episodes ago, I was talking about how I never really had a relationship with my mom. I always felt like I had a manager or supervisor, right?
That was a nuts fucking episode.
Yeah, and so I have this distance. So I never had this feeling of like wanting to be like what's the word? Not intimate with your mom, but like
I hope not. Yeah, just get closer,
like,
just more personal,
vulnerable. Like yeah, you know, and then like have like, you know, like son mom time where you talk about things and be there for her, you know, like emotionally and all that. And I've been, because I always try to keep her at a distance, and now that we have a much better understanding and relationship, I want to be there for her. I want to be like her rock, and so she feels comfy, you know.
That's cutie.
Yeah. And then kind of like, because ultimately I think everything I do, it's times 2, you know. That's what you do. That's what happens as a dad. When you're a dad, if you have a good relationship with your mom, it's just not a good relationship with your mom. It's showing Taika how to have a good relationship with his parents. You know, if I'm like a dick to my mom, that's also what I'm showing Taika. So I just like, when you become a dad, like, that's one thing that's always on my mind. All of my actions are times 2.
Yeah.
So if I skip a workout, it's not just me. It's like, oh, Papa, why'd you skip a workout today? Oh, I was tired. Then it's like, oh, okay, you can skip workouts when you're tired. You know what I mean? So like with Taika, like, I just know that because everything is times 2, like, as quickly as I can, I've always wanted to repair with my mom, but there's just so much trauma that it was hard. But now if I can be a good son to my mom, like, Taika can see that, and he'll be a better grandson to my mom, and he'll be a better son to you, you know?
He has no choice. I'm gonna fucking
Whoop
drill
his
that
ass.
kid.
Yeah, Asian style.
No, I'm just kidding. That's cutie. Those are some big.
those
Well,
are my-
that's the only one that really matters.
The jiu-jitsu?
You're a fucking clown,
That's my
dude.
jiu-jitsu one.
That's a cutie one.
So you really won't let me jiu-jitsu by myself? Are you serious?
So that you can get a higher belt than me? No.
Why? You don't want to show up? I'm a blue belt, and there's literally like, there's nothing you can do to even come close, and I'm just laughing the whole time and whooping your ass. You wouldn't want that?
You know what I would do?
What?
I'd be like, okay, I need to go train on my own. I'd be taking side private lessons so I could catch up and whoop your motherfucking ass. Be like, I'm gonna go get my nails done. And you're gonna be like, they always look the same.
Like, you know, that nail salon has been giving you crazy cauliflower. That is a weird place.
Oh shit, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's my pillows. Maybe we need
Yeah.
new pillows. Those are some cutie resolutions. That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for me, back in, what are we in, 2022? Back in 2021 was a year that I was very, what I would call selfish, where I was like, I'm finally going to tend to my own needs. I'm going to look within, see what it is that I can do to be the best version of myself. And I was fucking selfish. Like, I had my girls' trips. Like, I had, I'm like, I'm going to train for me. Like, I'm just going to, everything's for me that year, So I'm calling it selfish, but it was very much in like checking in with you. Like, it wasn't really selfish. You know what I'm saying?
It's not irresponsible.
Right.
Yeah. And it was more selfish in intention rather than consequence.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Because I just tend to, I think I get this from my mom, but I tend to put like everyone else's needs before mine because I always just feel like they're more important. Like I'd rather just take care of them. And then if I have anything in the reserve, then I'll look at myself. So that was the first year I was like, I can't do that anymore. And the reason and the motivating factor for that was, which is funny and ironic, I was like, I can't do that anymore because then I'm not going to be a good mom for Taika. Which is funny because it goes back to it going for someone else, right?
Yeah, that's key.
So then 2021, I like hit all the goals that I wanted to hit, right? Like I was really physically at a point where I was really proud of myself, very strong physique, really great relationships with my girlfriends. Like everything I set out to do, I was like, yes, this is awesome. 2022, aka this year, it was more of just pursuing business more. Like it wasn't anything as crazy as 2021 because I felt like I really needed that. And then now going into 2023, it's more so about being there for Taika to help him through all this shit that he's kind of going through. I don't really have a specific goal for myself where I'm like, this is what I need to be doing. Like I want to continue the 2021 Geo, the one that's pushing all like levers of everything that makes me me and like putting those back up. So the fitness, the mental, even the spiritual, like I really want to get back into, I don't know why I've been like so inclined to do
Jiu-Jitsu.
This. Right. Jiu-Jitsu. No, like
the BJJ House of Worship.
Yeah. So I think I want to I think I want to get back again and get in touch with like God or something. Like I just feel like my spirituality is
They call it sensei.
is very faint.
Yeah.
And I've never had this yearning before. Isn't it interesting? Hello?
What makes you want to be more in the like religion? Like you want to go to church?
I don't know if I want to go to church per se, but I do like the idea. I've always been kind of spiritual where I always feel like there is this higher, greater thing, I don't know what it really is. I haven't really put my finger on it just yet.
I kind of have a CUNY idea. You want to hear it?
What?
You want to hear it or no?
I mean, that's what is kind of inviting. Yeah, what is it? Tell me, please. Share.
What if we do our own church?
Keep going.
Well, I'm gonna see it. What if we do our own church?
I don't know what to say to that just yet.
So I'll tell you what I like about it.
Because I could be like, no, but I want to hear more about it.
So what I could tell you about church that I like, is one, it's a weekly practice, right? And then in the weekly practice, it's very introspective. So it's constantly like, I think it gives people a chance to slow down. You know how like there's that saying where like sometimes you need to slow down and speed up. So you can get so caught up in like the
rat race,
the hamster wheel that you could be spinning your tires. You're not really moving far, but then having, because some of the most successful people are actually religious. So you're like, wait a second. You're telling me people that only work 6 days a week can be more productive than people that work 7 days a week? And it's because they take that extra day to reset, so they're not spinning their tires, And so I think that part's important. The other part that I really liked about church, because I used to play drums for church, is the community aspect. And I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And that's why it's almost like everything's built in, like, we need a plumber. That guy's a plumber. Oh, we need a real estate agent. That guy's a real estate agent. Oh, we need a whatever. Everyone like hooks each other up in the same community. So it's like a built-in community, which is
and it's
really
people
cool.
You trust because you see them every week.
Yeah. So for us, I know you're spiritual, but not so much religious. But I'm like, what if we do our own church? And what if our own church is like the same hike every week to a specific spot? And we go there and we talk to each other about the week of like what we liked, what we didn't like, and it's just you and me and Taika.
For sure, we could try something like that.
But then we'd have to treat it like church, where there's
That's the
no
thing.
excuses, you know.
That's the thing, where it's a little bit hard, and the whole community aspect of it, where you get to learn from other people and see other people's perspectives. Like you and
that part's cool, yeah.
You and I spend so much time together that we're obviously in a relationship for a reason, right? Because we gel really well. Again? We gel really well. We do see a lot of things eye to eye.
Is that what that was?
What is yours?
I forgot even why I'm in this relationship.
Bro, I was just pulling shit out of my ass. Same. So a lot of the conclusions we make, it's because we're very similar. But it's always good to have an outside perspective or just someone that's older, wiser, or younger, and just comes from a different generation where they're seeing things differently that really challenges your ideas. And I really do like that.
So you're saying we need to sign up for a gym membership?
I mean, that'll help for sure.
The Church of Iron and network there.
The Church of Iron.
And go train every Saturday.
Remember you wanted to call Barbell Hell?
Yeah.
Before it became Barbell? Because it was like...
I thought it was tight, and you didn't want me to.
Yeah. So happy
it would have been so dope. Hell would have been such a dope
I mean, we're not dead yet.
Gym.
There's still opportunity to do that.
I train at Hell. It's fucking tight.
Yeah, go to Hell. I'm going to Hell tonight.
Yeah.
And then another thing that I was just thinking about talking this out with you, the reason why I might feel like there's this type of void is like I'm at an age now where like my mom's a lot older, your dad just passed, like I feel like the older generation is just like slowly going away, you know, and now we're moving up and we're becoming the older generation. And I think with that now comes the questions of like, when I die, what happens? Or like, how am I gonna die? Or when am I gonna die? Like what is it, right? Like there's just like we don't know what's gonna happen after that. So I don't know if it's that, or now it's like I'm older and I've entered this different chapter in my life, or if it's I just don't feel like I'm either like I might have a void in terms of like just philosophical thought, because a lot of religion is very philosophical. Like it does question a lot of things, and it does like set certain rules, and like
religion does not question a lot of things.
Okay, cool. It doesn't question a lot of things, but it is very philosophical.
It tells you what to think is what religion does. There's a
but in a philosophical way.
Like what?
Are you like talking specifically to what?
Religion.
Yeah, I know. Which one? Oh, you're saying all of them? Okay, what are you getting at?
They all have the same structure. They all have some sort of canon of thought that helps you get from this state to this state.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's a very like 10 Commandments or whatever, or like these precepts in Buddhism, or, you know, it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
That goes
maybe I'm looking at it that way.
What are you looking at it at?
Maybe I'm thinking about it philosophically, but just taking what is like being discussed and now thinking about it and seeing what applies and what sticks and what I like about it. Maybe that's what I might be looking at.
I think that's the human perspective you probably are looking for. So are
you saying I'm lonely?
I think you're lonely. I think you're a lonely fucking bitch. And I've been telling you that for years. But like, I was listening to...
But it's so funny because then I'm with people and I'm like, oh, I want to be by myself again.
Yeah, like one of our friends, Hayden Snyder, he posted like this something about like the root of happiness or something like that. And I was like, oh, that's a cool thing. Like
you said nothing.
Or how to be happy. And I didn't know what it was. So I'm going to listen to it. I thought it was a podcast. I'm going to listen to this on my drive. I click on it, and it was a Sunday sermon. And it was a pastor talking about how you have to like put in the work to become happy. Like happiness isn't something that's a state that is floating around. And you're like, I can't wait to, it comes to me. You have to struggle to get happy.
Of course.
Right? But what was cool about it is it was a recorded sermon. It wasn't a podcast. So you hear the live like call and return. You hear the laughter, the people talking. And I think that's the part that you miss, where you have like these standard canons, like canons of thought. And then he breaks it down and he talks about it in like his own daily life. And then it relates to people. And then you're like, oh yeah, that's so true. And then he talks about his perspective of how like this was like a very grateful thought. Go ahead.
I think I know what it is. sorry to cut you off, but I think it just hit me what it
Good.
is.
I'm glad.
I don't think it's the loneliness aspect of it. I do think
You're
it's
lonely as fuck, but keep going.
no, I'm not. I'm very comfortable being by myself. But I think what it really is the idea that I've obviously the afterlife, like that's something it's been the fucking question on every human's mind, like what happens when we die, right? We don't know that. So one of them is it's kind of like a safeguard, right? You do good, you're going to heaven. You do bad, you go to hell. And essentially, most of these, this thought is displayed in pretty much most religions, just slightly different, right? Like in Buddhism, if you're not enlightened, then you come back, right?
As a frog.
As something else, right? So similar concepts. So that's part of it. The other one is the community aspect of it and the values and not community in terms of like we all gather, like that's beautiful too, but all gathering every week to be better human beings, right? Like not that part of it, like that's just a small facet of it. I think the bigger picture for me is knowing that that we're all trying to strive for the same thing, which is to be a good person, to be virtuous, to believe in this greater good, and always strive to be literally just a good person. Like I feel like that's what religion really does, you know, like it's supposed to bring people together. And I feel like right now, I think maybe it's more prevalent in my thoughts because of just how, and I don't know if this is because of just what media is doing or there's just social media, or now we have
you just described as the Church of Iron. We're all trying to get better and stronger.
Yeah.
And when you're strong in the mind, I mean, strong in the body, you're strong in the mind.
Yeah, but it's not so straightforward, right? Like it's something that,
or you're talking about striving to be better in morality.
Yes.
I see.
Yes. That's what it is.
So you want a place where you're training morality and hopefully like have a support team. We're all trying to strive for the same morals.
Yeah, exactly.
I see.
And I know it's flawed, right? Because we're all human. We all have our baggage and our interpretation of things or whatever. But I think, I feel like as a society, or maybe it's the US, or again, it could just be, you know, what I'm kind of engulfing myself in terms of social media and what I'm exposing myself to reading and looking at, where I feel like we've really lost that sense of direction. Like we're all just kind of like grabbing for like straws here and not really like, I don't know, not really moving.
Is that something you want to do then? You want to go to church?
I don't know if I want to go to church. I don't know if I'm like there yet.
Because you also want the community aspect of like, hey, we're doing this. Right?
Yeah, I don't know if I want that just yet. It's just something that I've been thinking about more and more. And I think I talked to you about it in the car. I'm not sure what sparked it. And the only thing I can really bring it back to is just kind of what the world feels like these days. It just feels like a lot of negative, dark, shadowy shit is everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it just feels like everything is corrupt. And everything is so like evil, you know, like there's all these conspiracies about COVID and why that happened, you know, and like Fauci and his daughter and all this, and like they're in cahoots with so-and-so. And now it's like the Balenciaga thing, and all of Hollywood is fucking fucking pedophiles and sex traffickers. And you're just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, where is the decency here? Like, where's the light? Like, where are the people doing positive things? Like, we don't get to hear about any of that.
I see. So it just feels like social media, if real life is a reflection of social media, it feels like it's like Gotham City.
Yeah.
Just darkness everywhere,
horrible.
Corruption everywhere.
Yeah.
I get you.
It feels crazy. Like this country's going to invade you, and this other country's bringing in drugs here, and then they're fucking publicly hanging over here, and they're like fucking taking women's rights away. And you're just like, holy fuck, what the fuck is going on? Like, is it really like this?
It definitely does. Through the last couple of years, it definitely feels like that. It feels like there's so much ulterior motives.
Yeah.
And it also seems like there's a lot of silencing, and then there's a lot of truth that is trying to be exposed. But who also knows if it's the real truth?
Right.
It just feels very like
untrustworthy.
Yeah, like it almost feels so far from like, you know, like the famous presidential speeches where like JFK was like, ask not what the country could do for you, but what you can do for the country.
Yeah.
And it's a line that like both parties understand, can get behind. And it almost feels like the presidency, regardless of his political views, is above both parties and really trying to unite.
Yeah.
Versus now it feels like whichever president is elected is only fighting for that party and not for the greater nation.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like we have, it feels like instead of striving for morality, it feels like let's convince each other of which morality is better.
Yeah. And it just feels so divisive. And everything just feels so unsafe. And like, that's why I think coming to Vegas too felt so nice, because it still felt like a community, you know, where everywhere else I had been, I'm like, holy fuck, everything just feels so like torn apart.
When we first moved here, what was it? 2019? No, 2020.
No, 2021.
Not 2021.
We moved in the middle of the pandemic, 2020.
We've been here for almost 2 years.
You're right, 2020. You're right.
And I remember at that time, when I brought Taika to our park in LA, our HOA park. So we pay money for that park.
Yeah.
We don't have a gate so people can come in, but it's our park. And I remember at that time when people were still trying to figure shit out with it, like this is toilet paper shortage phase, people, no more than 2 steaks per family phase. It was like really heightened. I remember taking Taika to the park, and then the guy's like, some other dad was like, "Where's his mask?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? We're outside." He goes, "He can't play unless he has a mask." And I'm like, "Do you even live here?" And he goes, "No." So I was just like, you're playing at our park and you're trying to put your rules on me. For me, it's irregardless of what side you are on the vaccine or COVID or whatever. The moral that I'm having a hard time understanding is how can you intrude into my country or my territory and try to place your rules on me? You know, that'd be the same thing as if he came into my HOA park and his son doesn't have a mask and he's tell me to take my son's mask off. It's the same shit, you know? So I was just like, what the fuck? This is so weird. So I didn't want to like end up beating his ass. So I just took Tyke and we went home. I don't even want to deal with it. When I first come to Vegas, you go to the park in the height of the pandemic still. Half the kids have masks on, half the kids don't. Half the parents have masks on, half the parents don't. And I was just like, I think this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it was actually pretty beautiful.
You have your own personal beliefs.
I remember
and
now.
You coexist, right?
Yeah.
And I remember being at the park like almost like it was like watching like a deer breastfeed its kids. Like it was just such a beautiful moment. You know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Like it was like watching like a baby rhino like coming out of the mom's vagina, and then like a tears like coming out. I was like,
it was very it felt really nice.
Like I was like, is this Zion? Is this like the promised land that we're all supposed to go to?
Yeah.
Because everyone, obviously, you can clearly tell like who's like how you feel about things, and we're coexisting.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is really
that's humanity, dude.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because this is what I remember of the 90s, where people are Republican or Democrat or whatever, and then they get along. They just have different views on things, and they're not trying to force each other to believe in things. Obviously, you want to share some stuff. But I'm like, this is what I was used to. And yet I was like, this is amazing. This is so beautiful.
Yeah. I completely agree with that feeling. I remember filming and then sending it to our friends and going like, holy shit, we live on a different fucking planet at this moment.
Especially when you're comparing like times to times. Like now everything kind of, you know, it's getting more assimilated, but I'm like, damn, like these guys were early adopters of this philosophy.
Yeah. So that's so these are kind of the small reasons that are pushing me towards going like, yo, we need something else.
But you wouldn't want to do an actual church
or a temple
or whatever religion.
No,
do you know what religion it would be?
I know, I have no idea. I'm not there yet. I'm just
Can we be Muslim?
I don't know. You could be whatever the fuck you want to be.
Well, we got to be one as a family, don't we?
We don't have to. It's nice, but we don't have to. You can do whatever you want.
Because I don't know, Khabib's badass, and I want to be whatever the fuck he is.
He's badass. That's what he is.
And he's fucking Muslim. I'm like, I could be Muslim too, I think.
Yeah. So that's one of the resolutions, just kind of getting closer to my spirituality. When I told my mom, she was so happy and so relieved. She was like, "Whoa," because my mom's very religious.
Until you tell her like what church?
She doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
Like, hey,
she's like your mom. Like your mom's super religious, and she's just like, cool, you're worshiping something.
So
like,
I go to the temple of Lucifer now. You cool with that?
I mean, it has to be good.
Oh, well, now it changes everything.
Yeah. So that's one of them. The other one, like I was saying, just mainly focusing on Taika and getting him right. Like my priority right now, completely opposite to your selfish ass resolutions of like, oh, I want to be better at martial arts.
I want to be a protector. Is that selfish to you?
Yeah. What are you protecting if your son's
crazy.
fucking super sick? What are you protecting? You need to protect him against the sickness that he's got, dude.
Yeah, I'm protecting him against the bad guys.
What bad guys? The bad guys are in his body. Protect that.
No, if he's having a seizure.
What bad guys?
And then people are trying to rob the house. I'll get the house so he can seize peacefully.
Yeah, but who's going to be there for his season?
You are.
Yeah, right. The unselfish one. I get it.
You're going to breastfeed him right then and there, and I'm going to have a tear come out of my eye.
What the fuck?
It's a beautiful sight. I'm telling you.
So yeah, I'm just so focused on him. Like right now, I kind of feel like I haven't even watched this movie. I don't even know why I'm about to reference this movie.
Because you're dumb like that.
I'm pretty fucking dumb. Aaron Brockovich, I think the name of the movie is.
With Julia Roberts?
Yeah. Where she's just like going against all odds. And like, I think in their town, they were like poisoning the water or
She's
some
a
shit
lawyer
like that.
or something, right?
Well, she wasn't a lawyer, but she started going head to head with like legislators.
Yeah.
And like lawmakers, I guess,
Yeah.
to like switch and change some shit. Again, I haven't watched it, but it feels like I'm like this huge fucking advocate right now for Taika. And I'm like, you're wrong. We need to change that. You need to be on my team. You fucking suck. Let's keep it moving. I feel like I'm doing that right now.
I definitely feel that from you, and I love that.
Fine. But for that reason, I'm like, I can't even fathom having additional time to do anything else until this dude is like 100%, or we have answers that we have a plan set for. Until that happens, I'm just like, nothing else fucking matters at this point.
You don't even care if I could tap you out anytime?
You're not fucking tapping me out, motherfucker.
You're going to be spending all this time at the hospital. I'm going to be fucking training my ass off. And when you're done with the hospital, I'm going to be tapping your ass out left and right.
You say this shit and I actually believe you because you are fucking weird and you would do that. You would. I don't know. You would be training.
I've been.
No, you haven't. See, you didn't even move. You didn't even see that shit coming.
No, because it's no threat.
Yeah,
whatever.
whatever.
My eyes are. It's no threat.
When did your New Year's resolution start? 1/1? 23?
I mean, those set dates to me are arbitrary, but I do like having a
theme for the year.
Yeah, kind of like a mindset, hat that I put on. You know, it just kind of like feels good. You know, kind of like you know, when you're training for like when you're just lifting, and when you're training for a competition. Like, your reps and sets are probably the same. And if you're following a program, it's probably the same. You fucking bitch. But when you're training for a competition, you just have a different hat on, you know?
Yeah.
You have a different purpose.
Well,
so obviously, it's like right now I'm trying to be more financially independent for our family, right? It's not like if I don't have this hat, I'm going to be squandering money. I'm still going to be like frugal and be smart with money. But now I have a goal. And I also see how beautiful you've been to want to help Taika and like and treat him and like get him the best treatment that he can, and also even further be the mom that you want to be, because I really definitely think that's your strength. Like, seeing you be a mom is such a beautiful
you stupid
thing.
Fuck, I've been telling you since we got together.
Can you shut up, please? And so for me, I want to support you going there because you're a way better mom than you are a coworker.
Fuck you. Can we have our desks side by side? I love working
No one
with
said
you,
that.
Mama. I love working with you.
I wanted the desk over there.
And I'm like, shut the fuck up, you whiny bitch. I want my own office. And you're like, no, Mama, but I like it so much.
Well, anyways, and that further drives and gives me passion to want to make ourselves even more financially free, you know?
Yeah. That's CUNY and very not selfish of you. And obviously I'm fucking teasing. Even though my goals definitely sound way more unselfish. But I do think there's something, I do like that you have like your theme and that hat on to still consider that. Because I do believe in like, not manifestation, but once you start either visioning or like, or having visions of or thinking about it, the more your brain, because your brain likes to solve problems, right? So the more your brain subconsciously tries to look for that thing so that it aligns and you start looking at these opportunities when they present themselves. It's kind of like when you get a car that you don't think anyone has.
Or even when you start even thinking about that car.
Yeah, when you start like thinking of that car, for example, and you're like, man, I never see Volkswagens. Wow, I'm on the market for a Volkswagen, a red one actually. And then because now it's in your brain's looking for these things. You're like, holy fuck, there's actually a lot of Volkswagens that I never noticed before. And it's like, well, they were always there. It's just you didn't pay attention.
That's how I know my dream car is truly my dream car.
Are you going to say what it is?
No, because people are going to buy it.
Fine.
And I don't care. It's a 67 Chevelle. I've been thinking about it for over 20 years. It's been my dream car since like...
You don't see those.
Since high school.
I see Novas and all the other ones.
I never fucking see one. Ever. I might see one every 2 or 3 years, maybe. And I'm like, that is my unicorn. One day I'll have one, but god damn, I never see those. The closest ones I see are maybe like some 68s, some 66s, but 67 Chevelle. I'll tell you what. If a good deal pops up, I'm emptying our fucking family savings. I'm getting it, all right?
I love how you spent this whole podcast talking about how you want me not to work anymore.
Well,
and that
I just didn't realize how rare it was until we started talking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I don't see it. So if I see one pop up, guess what? The family
sayonara,
savings,
bitch. You get 2 jobs.
we're emptying it out and we're getting it.
Yeah. No, that's not happening. You're not irresponsible like that. But yeah. 2023 has to be better than 2022, right? It has to be better.
I mean, 2022 has been pretty good. I got closer to my mom.
Okay.
And then I think what's really cool too is through all Taika's seizures, it really brought us together. You know,
Did it?
Like, yeah, like we all like have this unified goal. Like it's really CUNY. Like, you know, when we're exploring things, even us like kind of having a heart to heart with Taika, which is hard because he's 5, so he's dumb as fuck.
But he gets a lot.
But when we're like, hey Taika, like to really help you with your seizures, we might have to start taking away like bread,
I know,
rice.
Oh,
and
my baby.
He goes, udon? I'm like, yeah, we're gonna take udon, like all his favorite foods. Like, what about dumplings? No dumplings. And we have to, but this is really gonna help you, you know? And even for him to go, okay. You know, like it really like brought us like, it was because I'm also viewing it from a very optimistic point of view where we're gonna come out of it.
Absolutely. That's all I think about.
But it's a really good exercise that we went through to help us be like team minded and have a unified mission.
Yeah.
And like just yesterday we were in LA trying to help him find a better doctor, you know, and we're back
and you know what was CUNY about
today.
that?
What?
My mom texted, my brother texted, your mom. They're like, how is he doing? Our friend Ann and Jeremy were like, how did it go? And we're like, ugh.
Guess you know who didn't text?
Your dad.
Hey, he didn't text.
Oh my god. Oh fuck, you're so wrong, and so am I that I know how wrong you fucking are.
You said it. I didn't even say nothing. All right. I didn't say nothing.
Oh fuck, was that the answer?
Yeah, that's the answer.
You see who's fast now, bitch?
Finally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like a really good exercise that really brought us together, you know? It feels like this CUNY little like adventure team.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we need to go here together now. We're gonna do it together, you know. And he packs his bag, his bushi, his little monkey Cheeto. We grab our stuff, boom, we're on the road. You know, and he's still a kid. Obviously, oh, how long is this gonna take? It's gonna take forever. But we're unified, you know. We get there. Hey, Taika, it's getting kind of late now. We need you to start sleeping. You know, okay, I go sleep. And then we're like, hey,
he's asleep in the back seat.
Yeah, and we're like, hey, you know what? That was too much iPad. Get off the iPad now. Okay, you know, he's been like not very reluctant. He just understands we have a team mission and we're trying to help him. And just going from place to place, like that's really cool. Otherwise, I think it's really easy for parents, especially like us, who are so deeply involved in business that as soon as family life is on cruise control, you're like, okay, how do I come back into the business to turn that up, right?
Yeah.
Because
For sure.
it's very easy to do that.
Yeah.
And then, but for us, I think this whole thing that we've been dealing with them, it has forced us to go, business can wait. Like, let's fix this thing, you know, or even give business more of a purpose where like we need to do better at business so it can help reflect into this, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think 2022 has been pretty cool. It's been like the most
I know, but cool comes in different packages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like my cool one where I didn't expect it and a bunch of good shit happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's a really cool way.
We also got one of the coolest dogs ever, Mia.
That we haven't had in fucking a whole month.
She's at boarding school, yes. But we get videos of her, and she is doing awesome.
And she's ours.
Yeah, and I miss her every day. I wish my mom could have been here with her this whole time. She's so fucking cute.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think
we're gonna get her next week.
I know. We're so excited.
Yeah.
Tyka's going to be so happy.
Is it next week? Or in like a week and a half?
Is it just me, or did Tyka feel like a little bit less lonely when Mia was around?
I think it was just you. I think he was warming up to it.
Because it felt like he was like kind of had like his little buddy now. It just felt so cute.
Yeah, it was at the cusp of that happening.
What if he starts,
and then we ripped her apart. We ripped her away from him. We were like, you love her, don't you? Isn't she the best? And he's like, yeah, I love her so much. We're like, good. We're gonna send her off for 6 fucking weeks.
I know. What if the bed underneath Tyka's house is for Mia?
Oh, dude. Oh, or the slide. We just put little like grippy grips, so she could like climb up there.
Yeah, that's
dude.
That's his little.
That's
bodyguard.
fucking cute. You know, that's exactly what's gonna happen. That fucking bottom thing's gonna be for her for sure. That bitch. She better. If she doesn't, I'm like, this dog needs to go in the trash. She's not doing her job.
No way, she's not going to trash. We spent so much money fucking training her ass. She's like a professional. Okay,
but
she's a professional dog.
All right. Well, those were some good, very selfish New Year's resolutions that you have. And I hope that you at least get to fulfill one of them.
The Jiu Jitsu one.
Yeah, the Jiu Jitsu one.
Fucking whoop on your ass.
No, we're doing this together, motherfucker. If you're going, I'm going to fucking tag along. You are not going to surpass me. Impossible. Motherfucking impossible. You already have way more knowledge because you've been doing martial arts for 7 years. I've never touched it once.
But you're a natural.
Say that again, huh?
Everyone says you're a natural. Literally, the top coaches in the world tell you you're a natural, and then you tell me to shut the fuck up.
Tell who to shut the fuck up?
Them.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Everyone sees so much potential in you except for you.
Yeah, well, not this year, all right, dude? Or next year that's coming up.
Not next year?
Or 2023. 2023, I'm going to be a fucking stud.
So 2024, we're doing jiu-jitsu in 2024?
No, I'm saying in 2023, we're going to start.
Jiu-jitsu?
Yeah. It's not my goal, but I would like to. If you're going to fucking start it, you better believe my ass is going to be there. Chale.
You just wait.
All right, vato. On that note, do you have anything to say? Good. I love it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let us know how you feel about this episode. Like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Let us know what we should be talking about because I think this guy's boring in front of me and I never know what to talk to him about. So let us know what to talk about in the comments and we'll catch you next week. Thank you so much. Bye.